Vale.
And it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own.
It definitely has.
But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
Okay, vale.
I love this place. It's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
It's rewind time.
Well, before the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods.
Sí.
Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict. And in those situations, we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
A partir de
It was a
Minecraft.
really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft
Sí,
to
sí,
sketch
que
and try
se
different
ponían a
solutions
hacer
about how the
eso
space
en
could be
un
improved.
mundo, sí.
It was very fun because you
Vale,
felt
voy a ver
like
si la transmisión
to
sigue.
be able to help the city while just playing.
After
Vale,
that,
sí,
the
estáis
ideas
aquí.
were
Vale,
presented to
perfecto.
local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
Voy a dejar el chat en un lado, esperar un momento.
It's been 5 years since we participated in the program, and the street since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen.
Finally, decision makers have changed their
Que
perspective.
sí, que esto está guapísimo, tío. Que usen Minecraft para esto, para construir esto, me parece... Para construir comunidades, tío, o sea, no estamos hablando de yo qué sé, tío, de un parquecito, no, de una maldita ciudad entera.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and be like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling.
I just hope it will become real as soon as possible.
So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the
Sí,
world.
o sea, literalmente yo hacía esto. Hacía diseños de casas y tal, como me gustaría tener. En plan, cuando me enteré que lo hacían también para esto, para construir ciudades, para construir cosas así. Es que eso es... Es que son palabras mayores, ¿sabes? Son unas señoras palabras.
Project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
Yeah,
Jeff está sin palabras. Jeff está un poco
Jens,
nerviosito.
you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
10 años.
It has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and
10 años, tío, qué rápido
I've
pasa el
had so
tiempo,
much
tío.
fun
Yo
working on
recuerdo haber
Minecraft.
jugado
But of
el Minecraft
course,
este,
I'm
tío,
also a
en el
Minecraft
iPad,
player, and we're all like
en el
with
modo
the
creativo,
community,
y después ponerme en
and
supervivencia y
in the
tal.
end, it's really the players and
Pero
the
jugar en
community
plan
that gives
sin la
everything its
medida esta de
purpose.
comer,
Yeah,
sin nada de
absolutely.
nada, tío.
And from myself as part of the community, I
Vale, voy
just
a
want to
ponerme el
say,
chat
like,
en
thank you for
el
the 10
móvil, ¿vale?
years
Para
and all that
leeros.
you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life and I think many people watching right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend a Nether ballet. Wonder no more. Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether features.
Wow. El mini pigman, tío, qué bonito, mira, mira qué cosita. Fuck. El copy, el copy, el copy, no, por favor, no, no, F en el chat, F en el chat, chicos, se murió nuestro héroe. Ay, Dios, estos bichos, tío. Esos bichos todavía los tengo que probar para montar y tal. Sí, ojalá los Magma Cubes funcionaran así. No, me encantaría. El Minecon. Qué guapo, tú. Mira qué grabación todo, tío. Esto, quieras que no, la animación esta es una currada, ¿eh? ¡Ole, ole! Vamos ahí, ole. Vamos, carajo. Ya, el copyright es
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob's dreams.
Tío, me encantan los diseños de cartón que han hecho, tío. El del villager este de hielo, tío. Es que, tío, ni me sé el nombre.
Let's all say a fond farewell to the poor Moobloom. Then
vete a la mierda, vaca.
Because it's time to vote again. We are now down to the
La tira en plan de fuera aquí.
Squid. And in the first round, they were quite close. I'm quite interested
Sí,
to
la verdad,
see
estuvieron muy
where the
igualados.
voters of the Moobloom will go. If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in on this one. It determines which one of these two makes it into Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for.
Pero yo supongo que lo meten
The
en...
final voting poll is live now. This is your chance to have a say
solo
in what goes into
vale,
Minecraft.
es que no sé, tío.
So don't
Tiene
leave
un nombre
yourself
muy
out.
raro, tío.
Log into Twitter and go vote.
Vale, voy a comprobar si se puede votar, ¿vale? Voy a poner la pantalla pequeña. No, qué carajos. Espérate, que tengo un mensajito en el Discord.
Hello, I'm Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
No he dicho nada,
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on
Vale.
the Creator Systems
Voy a
team.
poner esto
And what we
así
do is
y voy a dar al
create tools for our creator community. And some of them are very visible, and we're going to talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes and that help our creators make content that is more efficient and reliable, like the schedule command that is coming out soon.
Es que están igual. Hay solo Yer se llama.
Vaya nombre.
Espero que no se pete mucho. Voy a ir cerrando pestañas para que no se pete mucho.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
From Piki Studios here in Aotearoa, a team of 3 making content for the marketplace and Minecraft Education Edition.
Vale, aquí no me pone nada. Vale, pues lo voy a mirar desde el móvil, ¿vale? Va a haber un momento en el que nos lea porque es que si no va a estar muy petado esto. Ah, mira, skins nuevas.
We create lots of marketplace content, and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Ahora os lo miro, ¿vale? Ahora mismo no os estoy leyendo, ¿vale? Acabo de leerte, venga. Por cierto, gracias por pasaros por aquí, la verdad. Esto lo he puesto para que Ras pueda verlo. Pero bueno. Yo no me quejo si viene gente, ¿sabes?
Evergreen Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
China. Oh, Dios, es que te lo juro. Te lo juro, me parece flipante las estructuras que hacen para una miseria de segundo. Lo que hacen es que me parece
My name is Yasser, aka Sígueme from MC Texels, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Ah, mira, ya está la votación. Voy a votar al Close Quit, a ver. 88%, loco. Bueno, 88%. Vale, ya está, Voy a retuitearlo. Sígueme en Twitter, chaval. Madre mía, 637.
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from NetherPixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Vale, voy a avisar a Ras, ¿vale? Para que se pase por aquí, por el este. Sí, 88%. Lo he puesto tal cual y de repente pone pum, 88%. Vale, voy a meterme en su para avisarle, ¿vale? Así que me voy a mutear y voy a intentar decirle que se pase por ahí, por si le peta el móvil, pues que yo estoy aquí con el ordenador. Así que nos vemos ahora.
So what do you have to show us today? Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of the capabilities. So over the summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of the perfect inspiration to go make a crop.
Tomates, chavales, tomates. Vamos a tener los macarrones con tomatico. Vamos a tener los macarrones con tomatico, chicos. Macarrones con tomatico, chicos.
So in this case, I made them work like the berry bush, where you can right-click on them. But I think tomatoes.
Qué grande, macarrones con tomatico. Ah, podemos hacer la tomatina.
Conan and I had some fun. We were throwing them around.
La Rabin. Adiós.
Sort of harmless.
Yeah, totally harmless.
Yeah.
You knocked me in the lava.
It was mostly by accident.
Efísima,
But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So I'm gonna fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more. But kind of based off all this stuff, I think tomatoes maybe aren't the best idea. So I'm gonna get rid of all my plants and never grow them again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. So all these
healthy.
It's true, they are pretty
Macarrones con tomatico.
So with all of these new custom crops, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together, because you get the items that you can get there. Normally you would eat the item, but or you can get projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth. And eventually at one point you can choose like what loot spawns at various stages of growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could like interact with them like a normal berry bush, but then get the tomato out.
Yeah, it's just another it's an interactive event that you can key into.
Yeah. And then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah,
un poco de retraso por lo que veo en este.
Little Tom, it's so cute. It's not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them combining events and commands. That's one of the features that our creators have requested for so long. Just having commands to be able to run them when something happens. So now instead of also, in addition to doing it with actors, you can also do it with blocks and items. In this case, as the flower is rotting, you can disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a tomato monster.
That's really cool, because like I can totally see creators like using all of those combinations of features to make some like really cool like adventurous maps.
Like for example, the little adventure that we can show you, where we were going to the desert, and then we found this mysterious golden skull, and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see what happened. Yes. we have a mountain that is hollow. And as the brave warriors that we are, we went exploring. And obviously, we found some creepy monsters inside.
¿Qué asco,
Luckily,
tío?
we
¿Qué
have
es eso?
our trusty custom sword to fight them off. I'm sure we even survived that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
A ver, que tiene pinta de ser un buen bicho, ¿sabes? Es como una araña desértica, tío.
I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I've been super excited that we finally be able to get block models in. It's something we've been wanting to do for years. And we're finally able to work on them and get them in. So we've got it working with using the same formats that we've been using for the entities, so the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue.
No, it's almost identical.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red triangle. What was that?
Yes, it's a new feature that we're calling item
Era trifuerza, pero de marca blanca, porque no queremos que nos
and you have this special item, and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now we've made it so that creators can actually lock something on your inventory, so that when you die,
vale.
it won't go away.
Eso está bien.
That way you don't
esto está bien, esto está
your
bien. Que ahora con el triangulito ese rojo, se va cuando crees un mapa o algo, puedes poner ese triangulito rojo y se te va a guardar en el inventario todo el rato. Es un objeto que no puedes ni tirar ni se te puede perder.
There's three features to talk about right there. The first one is like we've been wanting to give more power to creators with cameras. And this one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And
vale,
then
vuelvo a
you can help
informaros.
players convey something
53-47. Vale, va a ganar el Glow Squid. Va a ganar el Glow Squid, chicos.
So you can do that
100% que gana el Glow Squid.
Or dinosaurs.
Get a dinosaur steps.
Yes. The second one that we noticed there is structures. You can now place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using a structure block, which is more complicated and time-consuming. Now you can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement. For those that know this, like the mountain was opening and that was just a structure animating. We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation, and the other one is layer by layer. And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Yeah, I can see like creators, using those to add just another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then I recognize those scorpions.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, but after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my mom from some like aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was creepy and funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping. But we definitely have some twists up ahead.
Supongo, ¿no? Que tendrán el cofre o algo así.
Even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we got a
Slim Generator?
So I'm pretty sure they know what to do here.
What?
So now, hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. And please, yes.
¿Qué narices?
Make it up. So get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along, and see what next obstacle we have.
¿Qué narices?
Now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a blockinator, and we'll throw that across.
¿Qué está pasando, loquito?
Get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump.
Madre mía, pero estos objetos, tío.
We got the hot dog, or the cyber dog, and float up. But it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there.
Wow.
Make it across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way, so let's see what tool we have to get through the wall. This one, and insta presto.
Oh, y lo abre.
Get through here.
Está chulo.
Keep going along. And this should be our last obstacle here. But I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So let's go up, see what we get here. Fall down, And block breaks, I can get to the teleporter. And Fanny's already there.
You made
of course. Yeah, finally.
Wow, that's super
86
cool.
times.
I love just the aesthetic of that too as well, like all the art and things. So those teleport blocks, those seem like a really cool way to add like another level of immersion to the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, we get so many new events that you can act on. Like, for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it and then an event will trigger and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also had the Blockinator, which allowed you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks.
Esto está chulo. Esto simplemente es como un mod extraño, cabrón.
Combine in different ways. You achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small, little, simple things you can combine in lots of different ways and get a wide variety of results.
And even that Blockinator allowed you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then I also saw that there was, messing with mob effects too as well.
Yeah, so we've had an example of custom food
Vale, voy a volver a mirar cómo van.
But
yo quiero que gane el Close Quick, como yo lo conozco. Calamardo Shine, 53% el calamar y Ice Log del 47. Vamos a ganar, pelotudo.
You can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah, and it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the magic wand to get to that wall, it seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there is the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what, like the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah. And it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Danny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others,
Las miniaturas de la gente, tío, para tener visitas cada vez es más triste.
And one new feature that we have is that
Cada
on
vez
broad
es más
text you'll be
triste,
able
tío.
to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming on to the stage and talking a little bit about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Divinísimo.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible in the event of
Hola,
a
Alex,
likely
buenas.
death.
Narices.
Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
¡Van a volver a meter esto! ¡Lol! 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 ¡Lol, no!
We know you've waited a long time for this update, and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hey.
How does it feel?
It's so amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great, and we have, looked a bit at tweets during the break, and
we have some more tweets.
We have more tweets.
Yes.
Wireless redstone.
Oh yeah, yes.
Sí, la verdad es que las cuevas, no, los que lo veáis resubido, aquí no van a estar las cuevas, pero las he visto, tío, y te lo juro, ahora dan más miedo que antes. Dan mucho miedo, pero que mucho miedo.
But honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened, and not just joining Mojang. I'm not really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live, because like just last year I was home, glued to the stream. I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft, and today it's not only that I get to share that, I got to work on some of those things, so it's fairly incredible. But yeah, I've been developing games for a few years now.
Me alegro mucho por el
more
chaval.
recently, I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. Like he takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships, right? And it was amazing being part of that.
It's so cool. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft. And then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that. And it's so cool.
It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. So in this update, you've been really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things we showed so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground, but of course we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources, and one of them are crystals.
Los buenos mangos, chicos. Mirad, esto es lo de la cueva, ¿Qué narices? ¿Qué es esto? Nuevo material. ¿Y ese sonido? ¿Qué narices? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
They're so beautiful.
Suena súper bonito, tío. A ver, da un poco miedo porque es en mitad de una cueva, en mitad de la oscuridad. Pero es súper bonito, tío. Sí, es súper místico. Sí. Buah, imagínate un instrumento hecho con esto. Buah. Escúchame, tener un instrumento en el Minecraft y encima que sea con este material así como muy... para hacer así, tío. Pueden ser unos sonidos, tío, puedes hacer un...
Because they're just beautiful, and you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of underground of Marvel. I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about
Vale, vamos a ganarlo. Vamos a ganar los 2 minutos y ganar ya el globo
to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
¿Telescopio? Una mierda. Snipeale, ahí. Headshot. Dios.
That is amazing.
It is. It's such a useful item.
Qué guapo. Cool.
And the cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
A ver, ¿qué más de cuevas? Copper. ¿Copper qué era, tío? Era cobre, creo, ¿no? Creo que era el cobre. ¿Cobre o bronce? No, cobre. Bronce no, bronce es bronce. A ver, son bloques bonitos, entre comillas, pero es como un ladrillo, tío. Es como un los ladrillos normales, ¿sabes? Pero con otro degradado, no sé. No me convence. El mineral en sí está bien. Si le das otra utilidad, yo te lo compro. Pero si va a ser solamente un bloque decorativo, yo paso.
Copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper. And then you see some stone. It's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine, and then you find another copper ore. And you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft. And like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine, and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you start, maybe before you started.
Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times, but yes. So I think I got inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here, and we've actually added that mechanic to Minecraft as well. So, you know, if you place a copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn green, and it's
¿Se va a cambiar de color?
I think it's so cool because it actually adds history to Minecraft. Because, for example, if you have
va a cambiar de color.
Minecraft world, then you can see on like a house and like, oh, the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has been there for a really long time.
A ver. Ah, vale. Vale, es como musgo, ¿no? Es como una especie de musgo extraño. ¡Ay, se convierte totalmente! ¡Hala, qué guapo! Es como tener prismarina a largo plazo. ¡Hala, todo! Queda todo bonito, ¿eh? Queda todo bonito. Queda súper bonito. Es súper bonito.
Really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So, Jens talked a bit before about these design principles that we have in Minecraft. And one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either caused it or it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wall roofs.
Looking at me.
Sí, la cosa es que no entiendo por qué lo hacen.
Not at all like my
no sé por qué lo hacen.
castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
we did get some fires.
Yeah, so to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
Go on to me, Jesus. You don't even have the balls. Ay, este meme es buenísimo. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Es un pararrayos o algo? Sí, es un pararrayos. Guau, qué guapo. Está bien eso, porque si te haces un techo así... Es que no entiendo a la gente que se hace un techo.
Happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I
Come
played
on,
with my
Jesus.
partner.
Warm me up.
It wasn't
You
peaceful,
don't even
and we
have
went
the
out and
balls.
we were like looking at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no endermen. So what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house, and we were quite traumatized because we were not prepared for this. So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that problem.
I'm going to place like lightning rods everywhere on my wool roof.
Good.
Es verdad, ¿quién ha ganado al final?
Now, you've introduced
Porque
a
ponía
lot of
antes que lo he mirado, ponían 2 minutos.
And players already
A ver
have a
quién
lot
ha
of
ganado.
trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So as you know, we
Joder, tío,
keep
¿dónde está la
adding new
votación?
blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory
¿Dónde
problem.
narices está la
And we're
votación?
aware of that, and we've actually been thinking
¿Te
quite a
puedes
lot
creer que he
how we
perdido
can
la
solve it,
votación?
because we want to have like good gameplay solutions. We want it to be balanced, and we actually have an item in this
perdido la
update that would be really
votación.
helpful, and it's the
Me
bundles.
cago en la leche. A ver, ¿de qué están hablando? ¿Qué es eso? Una... ¡Oh! ¿Van a ser mochilas? Bueno. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? ¡Son mochilas! ¡Son mochilas! ¡Mochilas en Minecraft! Loco, sin mods. Sin mods. Dios, ¿tú sabes lo cómodo que va a ser eso para minar y para todo? Dios. ¿Pero qué puedes guardar? ¿Un stack y algo? ¿Qué?
Bundles.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an
Mira, ha ganado el
solution
Glow
as well,
Squid.
and I love
Chavales,
it.
ha ganado el
I
Glow
think we
Squid.
spend a lot of
Perfecto, ya
time
está, ya
talking
la
about the
tenemos dentro.
inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest
Dios,
takeaways there
escúchame,
was
se
that
la
this
están
is
tomando
not
súper en
actually
serio
one
esta,
problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub problems. For
Dios,
example,
mochilas.
hotbar management is one problem.
¿Qué estás
Getting
hablando,
a lot of
loco?
blocks for your huge build.
Mochilas.
That's like something the shulkers help with. But I think there is a third sub problems where every time you leave your base to go exploring somewhere, your
Van a
inventory
meter
keeps
las
getting
mochilas sin
full
necesidad de
of
que
junk.
metas
Like,
mods.
this slot just has 2 flowers. This
Wow.
slot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes. So the thing with the bundle is that you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for example, I can take those 2 flowers and 1 seed and put them in one bundle. It's great.
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles where you have
Es verdad, es
chest,
verdad.
but you get a random one. I think it's really gonna be cool.
Yes, and for example, if your friend has a birthday, you can put
Dios,
like your
qué
prettiest
guapo.
item in the bundle because it looks like a gift wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
That's so cool. We've talked so much today on the like really game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
We actually have a very close collaboration with the art team, and it's great.
So my job is basically to get an abstract idea and imagine how it
mira, el
would
bicho
fit
de
into
antes.
the Minecraft universe and then start sketching it. So once my sketch is finished, I send everything to the 3D artist that it's gonna model it and animate it to make it alive.
My job is to bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D space. To work with a game that has such a special look, it's amazing. It's a challenge, it's fun, it's sometimes frustrating, but it's very rewarding. I love it.
I make the pixel art of the blocks, and usually when I create a block texture for a new rock type, it's going to be a lot. Like I'm going to make 50 iterations of one block because I want to make it right. Every block is like a building block for people's imagination, right? So I try to like pour a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
Es que la currada, tío, para
So
los
I think my
pixels, tío, eso es
favorite
una
thing
currada.
about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected, very
Para
unconventional,
cambiar el
and that's where like the
color,
special comes from.
Es que, tío, para
Minecraft, in terms of game art,
literalmente
is
un
special because it
bicharraco
has such a unique look
hacen falta
and
un
it's
montón de
very
personas, hay un
restricted
montón de trabajo
and has
atrás.
to
Por eso
be
mismo
3D pixel
yo
art,
prefiero
and
no
we
quejarme
can
casi nunca
work
de,
within those boundaries. So we have to like think inside the box,
de
but
los
also
bichos y de
outside.
todo, ¿sabes? De que estén mal esto.
I've been working on this
Las
exciting
hitbox,
new mob.
a ver, las hitbox es
This new
simplemente
mob,
ponerle
will be the cutest
dónde va a
predator
recibir el
ever
daño. De
existed
eso
in
sí me
Minecraft.
quejo. Pero del
This
modelado de un
update is
personaje,
incredible.
tío,
Like people have been
ya sea el
waiting for this
protagonista,
for
ya sea
so
cualquier
long,
otra cosa, eso es
and we're
una
finally
currada.
gonna do it.
Es
I
una
hope
currada.
that the community is really happy about it. I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope that they are
Ah, es
excited
una
to see
taza lo
some
de...
concepts as well.
Qué
It's
grande.
so lovely when you can
Quiero
think
esa
about all
taza,
of the
tío, quiero esa
different
taza.
jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and developers, and we all like across the show. There's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a back and forth. We're very open in Mojang and getting ideas from all over the place, and specifically working with the art team is amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the air and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that white thing in your drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going. And we even integrated into our prototype process, and actually I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Archaeology?
Yes, so we're actually adding a new system called the archaeology system. In this system, you're basically going to find these excavation sites all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush that is going to help you uncover the mysteries of the old dig sites.
Estamos
so
tontos.
You come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush to clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But and this is important, if you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact.
Sí, puedes romperlo, sí, sí,
And
sí.
when that artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever.
Ostras.
But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story.
Ay, vale, va a funcionar con tierra y grava, vale, con dos.
We often
Dios,
talk
eso
about
está
that we want to
chulísimo,
deepen
loco.
the mystery in Minecraft. And when you find these hidden artifacts, you kind of find like connections and hints.
Buah,
and
tío.
we will never tell the full story, but these will inspire
Bloque Esmeralda por la
players
cara.
to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft worlds.
Exactly.
Loco,
I think it's gonna be really
tú sabes
exciting to see what
la
players
farmeada
do
que
with
vamos a
them.
meter
For
aquí.
example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here
vale,
we
y
see
eso.
those
Lo
pieces
vas
connected
pintando la
in a clay
cerámica.
pot,
¡Hala, qué
actually trying to
guapo!
reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's
Qué
also
guapo.
fun to be very creative with these new pots because
Ah,
you
y
can
si
put
lo
the
quemas,
shards in,
supongo
like,
que
in
se
any way you
hará, ¿no?
want.
Porque es cerámica.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
Pretty.
Míralo.
So, Nir, is this programmer art still?
¡Hala, qué
The
chulo!
art is still work in
Qué
progress,
sacada,
but
escúchame,
I
quiero
personally
tener
like
esta
it, right? And I
actualización
think it's cute.
ya.
Yeah, it didn't say programmer
Que
art.
le
Is
den
it
al
pretty?
calamardo
Yeah,
shiny,
the
tío.
problem
Aquí,
is the
¿sabes
artists
tú
are
todos los
way too
problemas que han
good, and
resuelto
they
ahora
just make
mismo?
us look bad.
Han resuelto un montonazo de problemas, loco.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean, the excavation site is so incredible.
I'm
Que
so
es que con la
excited about this.
excavación, sí, sí, sí,
I've
es
spent a lot
alucinante.
of time about it, and I actually got
Con la
to
excavación es que te vas a solucionar un
do a
montón de
lot of
problemas,
awesome
loco.
conversations with actual archaeologists from all around the world, and it's been honestly,
O sea,
I sort of
que
feel like I
necesitas
got so
diamante.
passionate about
Te
it
vas
myself
ahí
that their
y
passion
consigues
sort
un
of
bloque de
stuck to
diamantes
me,
si tienes
and it
suerte.
was
O
so
un bloque de
amazing to learn
esmeralda,
more
¿sabes? Que
about this, and I'm
da
really
igual.
excited
Es
to see
que,
where it
tío,
goes from
es
here.
And
diamante,
you have
loco.
a dev diary coming out on our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even
Es
more.
alucinante,
Yeah,
loco.
it's honestly really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're gonna do a dev diary when we're actually gonna talk to those archaeologists, and actually we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at a new mob like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times.
Sí,
So are you
sí.
going to tell us about it now?
El bicho de la
Now
cueva,
we're
tú.
gonna tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
El Predator más bonito del mundo. O sea, más mono. ¿Cuál es ese Predator? ¿Es una piraña? ¡Estás de coña! ¡Ay, qué monos!
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is like...
Cute.
Ay, Dios, este bicho, tío, me encanta.
How did you decide on axolotls?
So, when
Este
we add a
bicho,
new mob to
tío.
Minecraft,
Me
we really
encanta este
wanted to have
bicho.
its own unique character. We want it to have purpose. And it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side, but still. And we actually had a brainstorm in the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add goats, but we want to add another animal. And then one of the developers posted like a big picture of an axolotl, and we all went like, yes.
Yes, this right
Perfect.
now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft.
Perfect.
And then we also found out that axolotls are endangered in the real world, and we think it's good to add endangered animals to Minecraft to create awareness around that. So that's also a good thing.
Like with the bees?
Yes, like with the bees last year, for example.
Wow.
So
Tío, van a meter
as you saw in the video, they live in the lush caves and they really add a lot of life to the lush caves.
¿Y tú sabes lo que se han hecho eso? Digo, que van con mucho lag. ¡Oh, mira qué mono!
That is just so cute. I don't know how to handle it, but it's so
Ay,
cute.
tiene distintas formas.
So
Vale, es
when
verdad,
you're,
hemos visto
you're
ese, pero el
walking
morado creo
around
que
in
no lo he
lush
visto.
caves and you see some axolotls, then you can actually scoop them up in your bucket and take them with you. So maybe you build like a pretty aquarium for them in your base, or maybe you bring them to your ocean adventure.
Ah, te dan respiración. Tiene pinta que te dan de respiración o algo. Y te dan aparte, te ayudan, tío. Qué narices.
Exactly. So when you scoop them
Qué
up in a bucket, you
narices.
can actually create your own axolotl.
O sea, son como los lobos, tío. Es como la fusión entre el comportamiento de los lobos y el comportamiento de los delfines. Porque los delfines te ayudan si quieres domarlos. Y los lobos atacan para ayudarte. En plan, si te atacan, atacan ellos.
They have this special ability that whenever they take damage, they sort of play dead. And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back health and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That is so cool. But okay, so you added these two mobs that are like as different as possible with the warden and the axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest heights of Minecraft with the mountains. We're updating like the deepest of the caves. We have this terrifying warden, the cutest axolotl, and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light and welcoming, and then the deep dark.
Es que tío, lo que más me gusta de este pez, tío, no sé cómo se llama, ¿vale? Lo que más me gusta es el axolot. Bueno, pues le vamos a decir axolot.
In between, no one can be as cute.
Que lo que más me gusta, tío, es la forma de la carita, tío, es súper mono. Con los no sé, como pelos, no sé. Como lo que tiene alrededor, que hace como una carita de león. A mí me parece una belleza, tío, me parece súper bonito. Buah, escúchame, se están pasando un montón con las cuevas, tío. Actualización de cuevas, es que es, buah. Las cabras, tío, las cabras. A la mierda que vas. Vale, un DLC para el Minecraft Dungeons. Yo no juego Minecraft Dungeons, aunque me gustaría, pero no lo juego. Es verdad, el material este, tío, que es súper raro. O sea, me gustaría hacer alguna cosa, tío, con este material. A ver si existe. El bronce. Digo, el bronce, Ay, se me olvida el nombre, tío. Si lo he dicho antes. Bueno, tío, no me acuerdo, o sea, no me acuerdo cómo lo he dicho, tío. No me acuerdo del nombre que le he puesto. Cobre, leche, cobre. Las ajolotes o algo así se traducirá así. Míralo, qué mono. Guau, es que... escúchame, eso va a ser una brutalidad. Es verdad, se ha visto cómo se ha quedado así como que se ha muerto. Sí, lo he visto. Qué sacada, por Dios. Verano de 2021 es normal, o sea, tanta cosa es normal. Pero quiero que llegue ya. Por ahora vamos a disfrutar del Close Quest, ¿vale? Vamos a disfrutar de él por ahora. Pero en cuanto llegue la siguiente actualización, voy a intentar hacer una serie survival que sea ir algún
I
templo del
think
agua
Tiny Agnes
o
has
Alen,
been a bit mean
ojo,
this year,
o Alen,
so I think you
ir a
should
Alen
open it,
y
Nick.
matar a
You
Alen
should
de
announce the
Dragon
winner. Yes.
mientras me protegen los ajolotes o como se diga esto.
Can I look first?
Que me protejan de los Enderman.
It's the glow squid.
El glow squid era obvio que lo iban a...
I guess everyone was mesmerized by the glow squid, not just the tiny ones.
No,
I was really not expecting that. That is so awesome.
Yes, like I didn't expect it at all, but it's great. And glow squids will look so cool in the caves, like the atmosphere.
They fit this update so well.
Sí, la verdad es que tiene una atmósfera así para cuevas, ¿sabes? Para lagos de cueva, para cuevas de agua, ¿sabes? Cosas así, tío. A mí me encanta, tío. Quiero descubrir más sobre el glow squid, la verdad.
Might actually attack the
Oh no.
We'll see. I'll talk to them.
Think about it.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so I think we need to get work on all of the things that we've shown in the show. Yeah. For all of you watching, Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much. Bye.
Bueno, pues chicos, aquí termina. Buah, me parece, vamos. Me parece una currada, tío. Vale, este es para por si tienes ataques de cocaína. No, ahora sí, me ha parecido una chetada. Me ha parecido hermoso. Y wow. Me parece alucinante. Se lo han currado muchísimo, la verdad. Se lo han currado muchísimo, tío. Pues a ver si sale pronto. O sea, verano de 2021 han dicho. Buah, me gustaría tenerla ya, Wow. Pues nada, chicos, espero que os haya gustado el directo. Sé que me queda más solo que la una. Pero igualmente me apetecía transmitirlo con vosotros. Y sin más dilación, si os ha gustado la transmisión, si os ha gustado el vídeo, si lo estáis viendo después, si queréis ver ya al Close Squid, darle un like que yo lo vea. Y nos vemos en la próxima, chavales. Nos vemos y adiós. Hasta luego.